Hi, here we are again for the second part of this stretching alignment and movement of the body passively. This time I want to show you how to get into a sacral pull for the cranial therapists out there, in case you're kind of struggling with that. I know I did for a long time. Because oftentimes when you get to the sacrum, the people are already so relaxed that I never like to disturb them and ask them to lift. Some people I do have to still ask to assist me, but for the most part I've gotten myself to the point where I don't need a lot of help to get to the sacral pull without having to have any assistance. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'll take both of their arms and I'll put it across their stomach because I need to have room for my hands to go. The next thing that I do is I pull out a little stool here. It's a little, like a platform, and I stand on top of it so I can get over the person far enough. The next thing that I do is I lift the leg up just enough to slip my arm underneath. Now this hand is going to have to swing underneath to the sacrum, and it takes a while for you to get used to where you're going with it, but after a while it'll be really easy. It's just like everything else, you have to practice it. This hand, I found the best way to do this is to go deep underneath to get to the SI joint. And as soon as you get to the SI joint, kind of place your fingers inside of that and then have the person just stay really relaxed. And then you just kind of position your body. And again, my legs are on the table. They're pressing against the table. I'm flattening my back as much as I can. I'm having my shoulders be as relaxed as I can. And then I'm going to use this arm here that I'm waving my fingers at you. I'm going to use that arm to lift up. And when I lift up, then this arm is going to help to lift and hold. This side is going to be more of a holding one, but it does help with lifting. And then this hand is going to slip under to the sacrum. And I'll try to do this slow. Usually it happens pretty fast because it's kind of heavy and it's kind of an awkward position to be in. So here I go. I'm starting to lift up just a little bit, slip the hand under, and just let go. And there we are. I'm right on the sacrum. And that way you can check the hips, you can squeeze those hips in, and you can feel what's going on with the sacrum. This is what is really helpful for the shooting pain down the leg, the sciatica, oftentimes any kind of other back pain. The sacrum really needs to be in alignment to have a good spine and good alignment with your legs from the hips down as well. Okay, so then I step off my little platform that I have, and I'm going to push it back under the table. And now I'm in a comfortable position. This arm is going to be resting on the table. You want it to be on the table. You don't want to come up with it. And then you want to keep your body in alignment as much as possible. Then you can check the hips, like I was showing you a little bit earlier, where you're squeezing that in and you can feel an opening back in the SI joints. You can lay your hand across the stomach and feel the diaphragm there, and you can feel a little bit of a pull. Now, the bottom hand is allowing the sacrum to rest into the palm of the hand, but you're putting a little bit of traction on it as well. And just a very slight pull toward the feet. And that will actually help to lengthen the dural tube. So we just stretch it down like that. Now what I have found, what I feel under here, underneath on her sacrum, is I feel a separation and I can feel a stretch. When you are trained into feeling the dural tube, you can actually feel where there's a blockage along the dural tube. But that's really not what we're going to do today. But I want you to get into the feeling of having that little bit of a stretch. And then up here, I've found that if I go to the sternoclavicular joint and place my hand right on the sternum, and then this finger on the sternum and the other two fingers on the joint itself, and stay very, very light with it, very, very light, then you can connect the fingers that are at L5S1, and you can feel the movement between the two. And actually, when you go real light with this and you hook those two together energetically, the two fingers from the SI joint and the sternoclavicular joints, you can feel a lot of movement and a lot of alignment going on. As I worked with this more and more, I began to realize that this was helping to align the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, because this is the only place that the shoulder bones and the arms are attached to the main skeleton. So this started to just show me that by doing this, I was taking little alignments for that shoulder position as well. So just a note to any of you if you want to try that out or see if it works for you, especially if you're in practice. Okay, and then to get the arm out, what you want to do is go back under, and then you're going to kind of slide your hand out, but you're going to also flip your hand under, so your palm down, and then slide it out, holding onto that hip and letting it go. And then you can just check to see and shake out your hand, because sometimes it gets kind of heavy. So that's how you get to the sacral pull position. And that's a very good position to know if you're working on somebody. Even massage therapists would benefit by finding out how to do this, because you could help with a lot of back issues just in relieving some of the discomfort. So that's all I have for this one, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for likes. Thank you for viewing, and I'll see you next time.